everyone's addressing, we need to address it.
That's right.
Absolutely. So our mind's clear. Can we go ahead and?
Yeah, just one comment. Thank you. And it's a positive comment. Okay? Basically, I mean, like anything like this, the concern that was discussed in committee is enforcement. That's going to be the key. And I have a request to the mayor. Before I know you was going to go half an hour ago. On Stanwood, about 5 feet from Euclid, 10 feet from Euclid, where Prospect Elementary School was, a whole bunch of stuff sitting out there, and it needs to be picked up. I saw it today. I saw it the other day. Rumpke comes on Wednesdays. Rumpke's not going to pick that up. It's just stuff piled up. The service people probably can knock it out in 15-20 minutes.
Give me a call tomorrow, I'll have it addressed.
Okay, you can't miss it if you come downstairs.
Give me a call tomorrow and I'll have it addressed.
And I also want to say something about that too. And just before we go with the vote, I want to commend Antonio from the service department. He's great. And every time I call him, because my ward 4 is pretty big, but most of the dumping is on 133rd, 34th, all along there, all where it's back, no lights. That's where the majority of the city spends its time on this cleanup, the first initial one. But when you call Mr. Antonio, when you call him, he is available for you. So then Councilman Martin, you might want to just think about calling him directly, because if he can't get to it, he'll call you and let you know, or he'll call you and say like Hollimer, Rosedale, Elderwood, those areas. He called and just let me a voicemail and said, I'm going to be working over there. If you can't get any volunteers out to help, good. If someone cleans up, like on the weekend, he tells sit the stuff on and they'll come and get it that following Monday. So we're trying to work in tandem with each other. So I just want to let you know that. And that's for anybody else. If you have any dumping or you see any dumping, call council, call the administration, service department. I don't want to put a lot of that on you, but make us aware of it. If you do see the license plate number, try to make us aware, because we want to enforce that as well. Because people just come in and leave out and just dump constantly.
Call for the vote, Madam Chairman.
So.
Okay. Yeah. Just a second reading.
Okay, Council Pitts.
Yay.
Council Martin.
Yay.
Council Thomas.
Yeah.
Council Smith.
Yay.
And Council Graham.
Yeah.
Okay, ordinance number 10-17 has passed.
That's me,
My mouth was getting tight.
Some gum.
All right, well, we got remarks and requests of the public. Thank you for your patience. 3 minutes only. Please adhere to it. Well, we are trying, so we need you to try as well.
Number one, there, sit up here and listen to someone that come today, then some of the others come today, or whatever. If people don't go back and look at ordinance, you're duplicating ordinance. We have passed ordinance in reference to occupancy and all of this stuff was put in the plan. Go back and look at 2000 plan, 2002 plan, all this. They have raised it, not 1991. Yes, I looked at 1991. It has not been codified. And when I say codified, that means that that big green book, all ordinance, all amendments to the charter are in that book has been codified. You have to pay for that. It has not been codified since I left this council. And I was still here in 2006. So nothing has happened between 2000, I believe 2002 or 2003. Nothing has been codified. Nothing has been passed up here, been codified. So you need to go back and pull the ordinance. That's why it's important that you have an ordinance stipulated the numbers, and not two ordinance or resolution or whatever say have the same number. So that's what is important, but you folks don't listen. Then you're going to sit up here and pass something in reference to landlords. That's the court. And the court sends out a bailiff to move out. And the law said, put it on the street. That's Ohio Revised Code. That's what all throughout Ohio. That's what governed landlord tenant law. It's uniformity. Now, so when you get up here passing something, hearing something that don't know the whatever, who the what, about this, that, or the other. You're looking at a person that was the president of the landlord tenant organization. Had over 400 plus members, landlords. And then there's no 48 hour or whatever. Now you want to holler about, you want to penalize the landlords or whatever that own property in the city. That's why you have a lot of empty buildings now. Or the penalty, you want to penalize people. Why in the heck didn't you penalize they have a dump down here and you sit up here and pass that and the laws is on the books and you're not enforcing that? Now you can't have it both ways. You got a dump down here in the city. You got laws on the books dealing with $1,000 a day. And you're not even passing it. I mean, not even enforcing that. The city has that authority to enforce that. But the court deals with landlord tenants laws, not this council.
Thank you.
And nor the mayor.
Good evening, Councilman Baker. In addition to the occupancy fees, I have no problem with that increase. You know, it is long overdue despite public opinion. We do need to look at, you know, there is an overwhelming purchase in the realty area. You know, people have been purchasing and purchasing and purchasing, and we might as well catch up with the Joneses on that. But we also need to consider in the days to come, going after the banks that own property and attacking them. They attack citizens across the United States and mortgages and all sorts of interest rates and fees and stuff like that. But they seem to think that East Cleveland has forgotten that they don't have to abide by cleanliness, boarding, and property maintenance, and they do have to. And as soon as the administrative arm of government believes that that is a priority, that unsightliness that the gentleman talked about, that will continue to look like that because the majority of the properties are bank-owned and dilapidated. The city's 5-year forecast, I want to know about that. You guys should look into that because that has a lot to do with where we're going in the next 5 years, and I am very concerned about that. As well as the strategic plan in which he should have offered by now as the mayor. The first 90 days are dedicated to, first 90 days of the year are dedicated to the strategic plan. The service department's pay, it is extremely low for the amount of things that they do. We always see the after effects of what they do. To motivate somebody, you do have to pay them, and they are seriously behind the 8 ball about 20 years. And so I would like for that to be reevaluated in personnel and appointments. An electrician, he could have advised at a previous council meeting that he could have went to the electrical union and posted in there and asked for a junior grade electrician to come out and possibly do an installation. And Brother Pastor, you probably know a few electricians in the hierarchy of municipal installation that can possibly come and help us out. Euclid Avenue resurfacing, I asked that you guys look into that with the highway. That's a highway, so we should be writing letters. Members of the public, we should be calling our congresswoman and state senators about the resurfacing of Euclid.